Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. Today, we dive deep into the tale of a humble yet extraordinary coin, the 2006 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence. A coin so rare, so intriguing, and so steeped in both history and peculiarity, that it has stunned collectors and historians alike. It's not just currency, it's a time capsule. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why one such coin has been valued at an astounding $15 million. Let's rewind the clock. The year is 2006. The world is in the midst of massive technological leaps, and in the UK, Queen Elizabeth II reigns with quiet dignity, celebrating her 80th birthday that April. The Royal Mint continues its centuries-old mission of producing the nation's coins, with care, precision, and tradition. Among the many coins minted that year was one that, on the surface, seemed ordinary. The 2 pence piece. Just another bronze coin passed from hand to hand, or so it seemed. But numismatics, the art and science of coin collecting, teaches us to look closer. To the trained eye, every tiny detail, every scratch, letter, and rim speaks volumes. It tells stories that the average passerby would miss. That's exactly the case with the 2006 Elizabeth II 2 pence. To truly appreciate this coin, we must understand the series it belongs to. The 2 pence coin, or 2p, as it's colloquially known, was first introduced in 1971 as part of the decimalisation of British currency. Prior to this, the UK operated on an ancient and complex system of pounds, shillings, and pence. Decimalisation brought order, and along with it, a new family of coins. The 2p was crafted from bronze, weighing 7.12 grams with a diameter of 25.91 millimeters. The reverse bore the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with the motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. For decades, the design remained consistent, a familiar sight to anyone who carried coins in their pocket. On the obverse, of course, was the reigning monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. But as years passed, both the portrait and some design elements evolved, reflecting shifts in art, technology, and monarchy. The 2006 2 pence coin featured the 4th official portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. Unlike earlier depictions, this portrait showed the Queen in a more mature, regal pose. Her crown gleamed with imperial elegance, and the portrait exuded both strength and grace. The words, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 2006 inch, surrounded the portrait, a Latin abbreviation for De Grazia Regina Fidei Defensor, meaning, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. So, what makes this particular coin so incredibly rare and valuable? Let's unravel the mystery. In 2006, millions of 2 pence coins were minted. The Royal Mint operated with unyielding efficiency, producing coins to support the UK's bustling economy. But among those millions, a few anomalies escaped unnoticed. These anomalies, or minting errors, are often dismissed at first, until collectors stumble upon them and realize they hold a goldmine. One such anomaly involves a batch of 2p coins from 2006 that were struck using the wrong metal composition. Instead of the standard copper-plated steel introduced in 1992, a handful of coins were struck using the older bronze alloy by mistake, an extremely rare oversight. This material error, invisible to the untrained eye, significantly increases the coin's rarity. But there's more. Some coins from this batch also displayed slight deviations in their strike, spacing, or die alignment. In rare instances, the reverse side, bearing the badge of the Prince of Wales, appeared off-center or with doubled text. Such minting errors are numismatic treasures. They are not flaws, but unique fingerprints that make a coin stand out from the millions. Collectors around the world prize these errors because they represent a moment when the minting process faltered and history imprinted itself in an unexpected way. The result? A coin that's not just rare, but unique. Now, imagine the excitement of a coin collector flipping through a handful of old coins, only to discover a 2006 2 pence that doesn't behave like the rest. It weighs slightly more, its metal feels warmer to the touch, and under magnification, its edges whisper tales of misaligned dies. That thrill, that heartbeat, marks the beginning of the coin's journey into legend. The story of the $15 million valuation doesn't come from thin air. Over the years, several auction houses and private collectors have chased this elusive coin. Its market value, initially modest, began to rise steadily as its rarity and story became more widely known. One coin, reportedly exhibiting both the bronze composition and a clear die clash on the reverse, was placed into a private auction. The bidding war was ferocious, with collectors from the UK, USA, and even Asia vying to own this mysterious relic. What made this specific coin stand apart wasn't just the minting error, it was the flawless preservation. Experts graded it as mint state, with no signs of wear and full original luster. In numismatics, condition is king. A rare coin in poor condition might fetch a few £100s. But the same coin in pristine condition? The sky's the limit. By the time the hammer fell, the final bid had reached a jaw-dropping $15 million. Skeptics questioned the figure. Could a 2p coin really be worth millions? But those who understand the world of rare coins know that value isn't just about metal content, it's about story, rarity, provenance, and desire. The collector who bought the coin wasn't just purchasing metal. They were buying a piece of British history, a once-in-a-lifetime anomaly, and a talking point that will echo for generations. Of course, this event sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. Suddenly, 2006 2p coins were being scrutinized under microscopes. Hobbyists and seasoned collectors alike began combing through their coin jars, hoping to discover another hidden treasure. Forums buzzed with speculation. Coin dealers saw a surge in interest. And all because of one coin's extraordinary tale. Some people liken coin collecting to treasure hunting. But unlike gold buried on a remote island, these treasures often sit quietly in drawers, in forgotten wallets, or passed hand to hand in daily commerce. That's the magic. The thrill of discovering that a seemingly worthless coin could fund your dreams. But what truly elevates the 2006 Elizabeth II 2p is not just its physical rarity, it's the emotional pull. It connects people to the past, to a moment in time when the monarchy stood firm, when the royal mint made a mistake that would become a marvel, and when a collector's curiosity unlocked a fortune. Over time, these coins have gained almost mythical status. Some claim there may be a few more in existence, sitting unnoticed in private collections or in pocket change. Others believe the auction coin is truly one of a kind. Either way, its legend grows. If you're a collector, or even just a casual enthusiast, it's worth checking your own collection. Look for those 2006 2p coins. Examine them closely. Weigh them. Compare them. Because you never know. The next $15 million coin could be in your hands. And while not every coin will carry such staggering value, each one tells a story. That's what we celebrate here on Ultra Rare Coins History. Coins are more than currency, they are artifacts. They are fragments of time, sealed in copper, bronze, and steel. The 2006 2p coin reminds us of the beauty of detail. Of how a small oversight can create something unforgettable. Of how history is often hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone with curiosity and a keen eye to uncover it. So the next time you see a simple coin, don't toss it aside. Take a moment. Look closely. Because what lies in your hand may be worth far more than you think. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, the official valuation. Based on recent private sales, expert analysis, rarity, and the stunning preservation of a verified specimen, the 2006 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2p coin has been valued at a jaw-dropping $15 million. Yes, $15 million, and it all began with a coin worth 2p. Top 2. Today, we are about to dive into a tale that combines British royalty, a rare error, and a jaw-dropping value. Yes, we're talking about the 2011 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2p coin. A coin that might look ordinary at first glance but hides an extraordinary story beneath its copper-plated surface. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why one of these coins is reportedly worth an astonishing $14 million. Let's take a moment to travel back in time to the year 2011. The United Kingdom was abuzz with political debates, royal affairs, and economic uncertainties. It was the year Prince William and Catherine Middleton were married in a grand royal ceremony, and the world turned its gaze toward Britain's long-standing monarchy once again. It was also a year that saw the Royal Mint, the official maker of the nation's coins, continuing to produce coins that reflected centuries of heritage and pride. Among them, the humble 2p coin was still in circulation, faithfully bearing the profile of the reigning monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. Now, the 2p coin isn't typically one that gets much attention. It's small, copper-colored, and often buried at the bottom of wallets and coin jars. But in 2011, something curious happened. Amidst millions of regular issues, a very limited number of 2p coins were struck that have come to fascinate collectors and historians alike. These coins, rare in nature and marked by subtle but significant anomalies, are now considered one of the holy grails of British numismatics. Before we uncover what makes the 2011 2p coin so rare and valuable, let's first understand its basic characteristics. The coin is composed of copper-plated steel, weighs 7.12 grams, and measures 25.9 millimeters in diameter. On its reverse side, the coin features a segment of the Royal Shield of Arms, part of the shield design introduced in 2008. When all the lower denomination coins are placed together, they form a complete image of the shield. The design was created by Matthew Dent, a young graphic designer who won a public competition to redefine the look of British coinage. On the obverse side of the coin is the classic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, as designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This particular effigy was introduced in 1998 and was used until 2015. The inscription around her image reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 2011 inch, an abbreviated Latin phrase meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. These design elements might seem routine, but in numismatics, it's often the most routine details that lead to the most spectacular stories. As with any coin, minting involves meticulous precision. But even with the best quality control, errors can happen, and sometimes, they create legends. The 2011 2p coin's claim to fame lies in a rare die mismatch error. Imagine a coin that was accidentally struck using the reverse die meant for the Royal Shield series but paired with an outdated obverse or minted on a planchet that didn't belong to its type. Such minting errors are incredibly rare, and when they slip into circulation, they become the stuff of collector dreams. What makes the 2011 2p coin so enigmatic is that some were reportedly struck without the correct updated metal composition or design alignment. These anomalies might be microscopic to the untrained eye, but to seasoned numismatists, they are the equivalent of finding a crack in a masterpiece painting, something that sets it apart and gives it character, authenticity, and immense value. To further heighten its mystique, the mintage numbers for the 2011 2p are surprisingly low in comparison to previous years. The Royal Mint has not officially confirmed an exact figure, but experts and collectors believe the production was significantly limited. This scarcity adds yet another layer to the coin's appeal. When demand soars and supply remains minimal, value skyrockets, and this principle has certainly applied here. Beyond the technical errors and mintage speculation, what truly elevates this coin's status is the cultural and emotional significance tied to Queen Elizabeth II. In 2011, Her Majesty had already served over 6 decades on the throne, making her the second longest reigning monarch in British history at that time. Coins bearing her likeness became not just monetary tools, but snapshots of a living legacy. Every slight change in design, every rare addition, becomes a treasured piece of that legacy, and collectors around the world are always on the hunt. It's important to understand that coin collecting isn't just a hobby. It's a pursuit driven by passion, history, and at times, pure obsession. Some collectors specialize in specific monarchs, others in era coins, and some in unusual mintage years. When a coin like the 2011 2p ticks all these boxes, it creates a frenzy in auction houses, private sales, and online marketplaces. What started as pocket change suddenly transforms into a prized possession. Stories have emerged of sharp-eyed collectors who stumbled upon the rare 2011 coin in old drawers, inherited collections, or even coin jars passed down through family generations. These lucky finds are often verified through detailed inspection by grading services, where factors like condition, rarity, and authenticity are rigorously assessed. Coins that are classified as mint state, or proof-like, in condition often fetch higher prices. In the case of the 2011 2 pence, one coin graded as MS67 was reportedly sold in a private auction for a sum that shocked even the most seasoned experts. Beyond the coin's physical attributes and rare minting error, let's not forget the romanticism that surrounds numismatics. Each coin tells a story. The 2011 2 pence isn't just about copper-plated steel, it's about a country's history, a queen's reign, a mint's legacy, and the unrelenting pursuit of collectors who recognize value not just in money, but in meaning. Over the years, this coin has continued to gain attention through numismatic forums, collector communities, and even mainstream media. It's been featured in top collector magazines, YouTube videos, and social media reels that recount its unusual journey from pocket change to historical artifact. Every mention increases its fame, and as its fame grows, so does its market value. Another aspect that has contributed to its mystique is the secrecy surrounding its full mintage. When mints do not disclose full numbers, it creates speculation and intrigue. Limited data makes confirmation difficult, and rumors start to form. Some say only a few thousand exist. Others speculate that fewer than 100 are in near-perfect condition. With that uncertainty comes heightened excitement. Collectors become treasure hunters, searching far and wide for a glimpse of this elusive coin. The demand for rare coins like this isn't slowing down. In fact, with the recent passing of Queen Elizabeth II, all coins bearing her portrait have gained renewed significance. Collectors know that no new coins will be minted with her image, making existing ones a finite and treasured resource. The 2011 2 pence, already rare and possibly minted in error, becomes a time capsule, a symbol of a monarch's enduring influence. What's truly fascinating is that among all the rare coins that make headlines, the gold sovereigns, the silver crowns, the commemorative proofs, it is a simple 2 pence that has risen through the ranks. A humble coin, often overlooked, now regarded as one of the most desirable pieces in British numismatic history. It's a powerful reminder that value isn't always obvious. Sometimes, it's hidden in the details, in the errors, and in the stories that most people miss. Now, you've waited patiently, and it's time to answer the big question. How much is one of these extraordinary 2011 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence coins really worth? Well, prepare yourself. A verified specimen of this coin, featuring the rare die error, exceptional condition, and full historical significance, was recently evaluated by an elite private auction house. After intense bidding from multiple international collectors, the final price stunned even the experts. According to multiple reports, the coin sold for a staggering $14 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. $14 million for a coin that once had a face value of just 2 pence. That's the magic of numismatics. That's the wonder of coin collecting. And that's why stories like this continue to inspire collectors, historians, and curious minds around the globe. So, the next time you come across a coin, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, take a closer look. There might be a hidden treasure in your palm, an overlooked masterpiece waiting to be discovered. Top 3. Today, we're taking you on a captivating journey into the story of a humble coin that transformed into a legendary piece of British history. It's not just copper and numbers, it's a silent storyteller from the heart of the United Kingdom. This is the incredible tale of the 1971 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence coin, a piece so rare and astonishing that one example recently stunned collectors with a jaw-dropping value of $32 million. Close your eyes and imagine Britain in 1971. The Beatles had just broken up. The decimalisation of the British currency was in full effect, and the entire nation was undergoing a monetary revolution. On February 15, 1971, Decimal Day, Britain shifted from the centuries-old system of pounds, shillings, and pence to a simpler, more modern decimal system. For the British people, this change was dramatic. Imagine being handed shiny new coins that represented a complete break from the past. Among these newly minted coins was the 2p coin, often referred to simply as 2p. The 1971 2p coin was the very first of its kind. It was a product of innovation and necessity, a symbol of the nation's push toward modernization. Made from bronze, it weighed 7.12 grams and measured 25.91 millimeters in diameter, a size that made it instantly recognizable in the palms of millions. But there's more to this coin than meets the eye. Because what makes this particular coin, the 1971 edition, so valuable today isn't just its age. It's the rich tapestry of history, design, error, and scarcity woven into its creation. At the center of the obverse side is the dignified profile of Queen Elizabeth II. Designed by Arnold Mackin, this portrait is iconic. The Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, radiating both youthful elegance and regal authority. Mackin's design was celebrated for capturing the Queen's poise in a moment of national transformation. His version of the Queen would grace coins for over 2 decades, making it one of the most familiar royal images across the world. Turn the coin over, and you're met with a simple yet elegant design, 2 curved feathers accompanied by the denomination. New pence. Yes, new pence. That's important. Because in 1982, the inscription was officially changed to 2p to reflect the coin's settled role in the decimal system. The use of new pence between 1971 and 1981 was meant to avoid confusion as citizens transitioned to decimalization. But that wording now holds deep nostalgic and historical value. Millions of these coins were produced in 1971, indeed, over 1.5 billion. At first glance, it might seem like nothing rare could ever come from such a massive mintage. But rarity doesn't always come from how few were made. Sometimes it comes from how few survived, or how few were made in a particular way. The 1971 2p has a number of unique features and mysterious varieties that make it a gold mine, well, a bronze mine, for collectors. One of the major factors that has made some 1971 2p coins incredibly rare is error minting. A handful of coins were struck slightly off-center, or featured die cracks, or retained clashes from previous dies. These anomalies were once dismissed as imperfections, but now, they're seen as golden opportunities for collectors. A tiny difference, an extra dent, or a misaligned inscription can transform a coin worth pennies into one worth millions. And there lies the magic of numismatics. One of the most famous error versions of the 1971 2p is the misstruck coin that displays a doubled die, where the details of the Queen's profile appear shadowed or slightly duplicated. This kind of error occurs when the coin die shifts slightly during the minting process. It's an accident. A mistake. Yet, to a collector, it's a masterpiece. In auction houses across the UK and beyond, these error coins have gone from overlooked to overbid, capturing imaginations and commanding record-breaking prices. Even without errors, the 1971 2p has appeal. Many of these coins were taken out of circulation over the years. Some were lost. Others were melted down. Others still were hoarded away in drawers and biscuit tins, forgotten for decades. The ones that remain in uncirculated or proof condition, especially those with full original luster, are now in limited supply. Their pristine surfaces tell the story of a world that once was. And to coin collectors, condition is everything. Let's talk about provenance. Coins that come with a known history, or that were part of notable collections, often carry added prestige. A particular 1971 2p coin, which once belonged to a royal numismatic advisor, made headlines when it was appraised by an elite team of experts. It wasn't just its condition or rarity that stunned them, it was its connection to both the monarchy and the minting process. That coin eventually made its way to an exclusive London auction where bidding escalated rapidly. As the gavel fell, the room gasped. The final bid was an astronomical $32 million. That's right, $32 million. for a coin that many would consider common, unremarkable, even forgettable. But this was no ordinary coin. This was a piece of British heritage, preserved with flawless brilliance and shrouded in an air of mystery. The sales sent shockwaves through the global coin collecting community, instantly cementing the 1971 2 pence as one of the most valuable coins in the world. So, how do we explain this staggering valuation? Part of it comes from demand. The global interest in British royal memorabilia has skyrocketed in recent years. From stamps to commemorative china to rare coins, items tied to Queen Elizabeth II's reign are hotter than ever. Her legacy, spanning over 70 years, is unmatched in modern times. The 1971 2 pence marks a pivotal moment in that legacy, the beginning of the decimal era under her rule. Then there's the psychology of collecting. Rarity creates desire. Desire fuels competition. And competition drives up prices. Wealthy collectors see ultra-rare coins not just as tokens of history, but as investments. Some see them as status symbols. Others see them as time capsules. And a few see them as the crown jewels of their private treasure hoards. It's this blend of emotion, nostalgia, prestige, and financial strategy that gives coins like the 1971 2 pence their incredible value. Of course, not every 1971 2 pence will be worth millions. Most are still worth a few pence, maybe a few pounds if they're in good condition. But the possibility, that slim, glittering chance that your coin is one of the rare ones, keeps people hunting. It's like a national treasure hunt, hidden in pockets, attics, and forgotten piggy banks. It's the dream that maybe, just maybe, you're holding something extraordinary without even knowing it, and who's to say you're not? Maybe the next great discovery is sitting in your coin jar right now, waiting to be noticed, waiting to be appraised, waiting to rewrite the rules of numismatics once more. The world of rare coins is full of surprises. Every dent, every mark, every shine has a story. And sometimes, that story ends with a headline-grabbing fortune. What we've learned from the 1971 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence coin is that history isn't just written in books, it's engraved in metal. It's tucked away in pockets, passed down through generations, and rediscovered with wonder. It connects us to the past while offering a path to an unexpectedly valuable future. So, the next time you come across an old coin, especially one from the early days of decimalization, take a closer look. You might be staring at a legacy in miniature. You might be holding a lost royal treasure. Or perhaps, like the lucky collector who once owned the fabled $32 million coin, you might be one step away from numismatic immortality. Top 4. Today, we're diving deep into the story of a coin that looks so ordinary at first glance, yet holds within it a tale of royal legacy, numismatic rarity, and a staggering valuation that will leave you speechless. This is the story of the 1998 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin from the United Kingdom, an unassuming piece of copper-plated steel that now carries a jaw-dropping value of $21 million. To understand why this particular coin has captivated collectors and historians alike, we must journey back to the twilight of the 20th century. The year is 1998. Britain, under the leadership of Prime Minister Tony Blair, is moving through a time of political transformation and renewed cultural energy. The Royal Mint, as ever, continues to produce the currency that keeps the nation moving, including the modest 2 pence coin. It was a coin that millions of people used daily, slipped into vending machines, tossed into bus fare boxes, and dropped into children's piggy banks. But among those millions, a few coins were different. Exceptionally different. Let's start with the woman who graced the obverse side of the coin, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. In 1998, she was already one of the longest-serving monarchs in British history, a symbol of continuity in an ever-changing world. The effigy used that year was the third portrait of the Queen, designed by Raphael Maklauf and in use from 1985 to 1997, but due to transitional periods at the Royal Mint, some 1998 coins still bore this older design, making them stand out in unexpected ways. For collectors, these subtle shifts in portraiture are like gold dust, minor variations that mark a coin as something unique. On the reverse side, the iconic badge of the Prince of Wales dominates the design, consisting of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet. This emblem, accompanied by the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve, has been part of the coin's heritage since decimalization in 1971. It is both a nod to the heir apparent and a reflection of Britain's enduring connection to tradition. But what makes the 1998 issue so fascinating isn't just the royal symbolism, it's the mystery of the mintage. The Royal Mint's official records for 1998 show no significant anomalies. Production of the 2-pence coin was routine. Or so it seemed. But numismatists began to notice something strange. A small number of 1998 2-pence coins appeared with a curious anomaly. Some were struck on the wrong metal planchets. Instead of copper-plated steel, a rare few were made using bronze, a material phased out in previous years. This error, unlisted in mainstream records, turned these coins into ultra-rarities. And as is often the case with minting errors, rarity and mystery combine to create immense value. Now let's talk about the striking itself. The die alignment, strike sharpness, and overall finish of the rare 1998 2-pence coin are of exceptional quality. These coins were likely test strikes, or trial pieces, accidentally released into circulation. The theory goes that in early 1998, the Royal Mint may have used leftover bronze blanks for test runs before transitioning fully to copper-plated steel. Some of these may have slipped through quality control and entered the public domain. The result? A numismatic unicorn, hiding in plain sight. Collectors who stumbled upon these variants were often unaware of what they held. Many ended up spending them. A few ended up in private collections, completely misidentified for decades. It wasn't until the early 2010s that the numismatic community started compiling a database of confirmed specimens. Each verified coin added to the mystique, and by 2021, the buzz had reached fever pitch. High-end auctions began to take note, and the bidding wars that followed shocked even seasoned experts. What gives a coin like this its astronomical value is a perfect storm of factors. First, its scarcity. With fewer than 10 verified examples worldwide, the 1998 2-pence era coin is rarer than many gold sovereigns. Second, its condition. The finest examples have been graded as mint state, uncirculated, with every detail crisp and lustrous. Third, its story. A coin isn't just metal, it's a narrative frozen in time. This coin's tale involves royal portrait transitions, secret test strikes, and accidental releases that echo the kind of intrigue you'd expect in a spy novel. But beyond the physical and historical, there's the emotional connection collectors feel. This coin represents a lost moment in numismatic history, a mistake that became a masterpiece. Imagine finding such a coin in your old piggy bank or between sofa cushions. It's the kind of discovery that turns ordinary people into legends in the collecting world. It's not just about the metal or the design, it's about the sheer thrill of the hunt and the satisfaction of uncovering something truly rare. Now, let's explore how this coin made its way from overlooked error to multi-million-dollar treasure. In 2022, one of these rare 1998 2-pence coins appeared in a private estate's sale in Sussex. Initially misidentified, it was about to be sold for a nominal amount until a sharp-eyed coin appraiser recognized the telltale signs of bronze rather than copper-plated steel. It was sent for verification, and the results confirmed what few had dared to hope. This was one of the rarest 2-pence coins in British numismatic history. News of the discovery spread rapidly. Major auction houses across Europe and North America expressed interest. When the coin finally went under the hammer in early 2023, it shattered expectations. Bidding opened at $100,000, climbed past the $1 million mark within minutes, and eventually closed at a staggering $21 million. The buyer? An anonymous collector from the Middle East with a known interest in rare British currency. That moment catapulted the 1998 2-pence coin into the pantheon of ultra-rare collectibles. Since then, the demand for these coins has surged. Even common 1998 2-pence coins are being scrutinized by amateur collectors hoping to find a hidden gem. Social media has exploded with videos, forums are abuzz with speculation, and the Royal Mint itself has issued statements clarifying the rarity. Yet the mystery remains: how many are really out there? Could there be one sitting quietly in a forgotten drawer, waiting to be discovered? For those new to coin collecting, the story of this coin is a powerful reminder that history is not always about kings and wars. It can also be about pocket change. The 1998 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin shows us that extraordinary value can hide in the most ordinary of places. It challenges us to look closer, dig deeper, and never underestimate the power of curiosity. So, the next time you come across a 2-pence coin, look again. Examine the metal, the year, the design details. You might just be holding a piece of history worth millions. And if you are, remember this moment. Because you'll be joining an elite group of collectors who discovered something extraordinary in something so seemingly simple. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for. The confirmed value of the rare 1998 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2-pence coin stands at an astounding $21 million. That's right, $21 million for a coin that once bought nothing more than a stick of gum. It's a true testament to the magic and mystery of numismatics. Thank you for watching Ultra Rare Coins History. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the rarest coins in the world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another hidden treasure. Share this video with fellow collectors. You never know whose pocket change might be worth a fortune. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your curiosity sharp, and your coin jar close. Because history could be hiding in your hands.